So then here is the base structure again. We made this one into a swag earlier. This has a paper wrap stem, and one thing about a basket design is that when you drop something in there, it's nice if it lands at the bottom. So one thing we can do with this design specifically is leave the stem length of this very strong, sturdy base stem in place, and as you can see, my design is going to sweep over the side of my basket and kind of become asymmetrical, and the little curl at the bottom becomes the foot to support it. So I can position that first, ensuring that as I wire everything together, it's supported by that foot on the stem that we left. So that is one key thing about drop-in designs. Now the obvious thing to do is to make it upright and straight up and down in the basket, which you can do with the very same components. What I wanted to show you was a little bit of a spin on it and create an asymmetrical design that flares over one side of the basket. So that's a little bit of a different thought process and will feel different for you, maybe something you hadn't thought of. So the first thing we'll do is start with our biggest components first and then put our airier pieces in last and see what you think. This one is going to need the stem cut on it. We have 2 brown leaf sprays, and they do come kind of scrunched together, so we're going to fan them open and flare them out a little bit, although we won't know exactly where they need to be until we get them in place. And then we're going to cut about 6 to 8 inches off the stem, and one of these needs to go back this direction. And we're also going to need to wire these stems together. So as I'm placing them, I have to lay the stems on top of each other, planning to have a tie point where the wire will secure them in a couple of spots together also. So that one's going to go one direction, and the other brown one is going to work into the leaves along with the spray. So let's cut them both off, take some of that stem length away. There we go. Looks like I need to make it a little shorter. These leaves, if they get too long, are going to stick up above the design and look too heavy. We want this to be a bit more compact onto the surface of the basket edge. So now we're laying in the brown leaf with the components, and just like another vertical swag I made with this leaf and berry piece, you have to lift and mix them together. So I have just worked that stem through. This stem is going to go off by itself this direction. It'll be more secure when we wire it. And then we're going to add our mauve stems, which both need to be cut shorter. This is a good filler stem. Stay put. Normally, if I'm designing in my workstation, this would be hanging on a little stand that I have built. We don't have anything I can suggest for you to buy, but we make little tabletop wreath hangers that are built to support wreaths and baskets like this when you're designing them. And that would be tremendously helpful right now. Okay, there we are, placing our sedum sprays in there. And another sedum spray. You have to work and wiggle them together. There we are. And then our little pom-pom spray here. Thistle maybe, that I forgot the name of. It already comes with a shorter stem, but I am going to trim that off right down here and add that off to this side. Now all of our stems are secured on top of each other in one spot. So I will need to shape this really well. And before I do, I'm going to reach my hand in here and grab all the stems together and pull it up so you can see what we've got going on. This stem has now stacked on top of the one that's sweeping. So our first stem is the brown one with the foot holding it all in. Everything's sweeping at an angle except for these brown leaves, a sedum, and a pom-pom spray. I have a feeling these brown leaves are going to give us some fits and require some extra shaping. But we're going to wire it in there because that's going to be the first step to controlling it all. So we'll get a couple of wires here at the base. It's essentially a drop-in, it's just that it's sweeping to one side. So it's best before you wire it to not just wire and then bend it, but to pre-shape it and then just pick it up and put some wire on it. So I'm going to use my wire and go around in a couple of spots. You can actually put one band of wire on and then drop down an inch with the same wire and add a second band around. So I'm always wiring in two positions, 2 points, about an inch, inch and a half apart, because one wire allows stems to spin out of where they're joined. 2 wires do not allow the stems to spin apart. And then this extra brown leaf, I am taking a little length off the leaf that goes to the side, because I could see he was just winging up there. Okay, so once you got it in your basket, then you go back in and shape it out. And this basket, do you have a price point on the basket? Yep. This basket being brand new is why we wanted to use it today. It's essentially not a fall basket, so you could pretty much create a drop-in for every season.
$49, the welcome hanging wall basket. And this basket is about 13 by 12 by 5.
Ah, bigger than I thought. Okay, so we're going to shape and move our berries around, and our pom-pom spray, our thistle spray, getting moved around. There we go. And I will lay it over here so you can spin it around and show it to you. Again, shaping when you have wired items is the key to the finished look. You have to just bend and move things around, but that's the beauty of silk stems, is that you have the ability to get them to bend and shape. So here it's sweeping a little asymmetrically off to the side, and it has a nice different finish for you today.